First and foremost, I'm going to give a shout out to the now ancestor that helped me break through spiritually this information to be able to dissect it and give it back to us as it was ours to begin with. Therefore, your birthright. Therefore, what this whole conscious movement, before it turned into a shit show, was really all about trying to discover the mystery of our existence in the many ways we would do it. And I guess you could also say some of this movement was for a better standard on earth of living as well. But the occult aspect, which I was entered into this community with via Bobby Hennett, was really not focused on a better human living condition. The true understanding of the occult is not just pictures of Baphomet and yelling out the dark side. It was actually to study that which is unseen. And the greatest mystery in the unseen is death. So death is actually what you're studying in the occult. Truthfully, all consciousness, you're supposed to be studying death, because death is the greater part of what it is. You are. It's a big part. This is not the big show. This is a side effect of some sort. We can go into many theories on what this side effect is, but nothing points to that this is the big deal, being a human being. So understanding that, to have a true know thyself mentality, is to really know or deal in that part which is a mystery to you. The greatest mystery is death. So we need to understand that the Kamite, not all of them, some of the niggas was farmers, just like you have McDonald's workers today. It was the same concept. And then there was the conscious, who were most likely or highly likely dealing with the mystery system in some form of initiation or university level teachings, or whatever you wanted to call it back then. Long story short, the conscious probably were the ones who found the calling to go through the mystery system, as opposed to being chosen, because this is something you're born into, something your spirit is saying, I'm done here. So you start getting thirstier and thirstier for more information. So that thirst is what led the conscious to getting their answers in the mystery system, I'm sure. It could be more political and more, I know later it turned into an elite thing, a secret society thing. And we're gonna explain why it, in this one. It turned that way because they deduced that once they understood this mystery, even us, once we understood this mystery, that masses of people couldn't do this. This was a understanding reserved for pharaohs and kings, they would say. So what they were saying is, you have to earn this. And what I've noticed, because that was a big deal when I first started, you're saying it, they're not supposed to hear this. You got dumb, uninitiated into whatever high comedic thing we were doing. You have a dumb guy reading the books and them telling you it's a secret while you're reading the fucking books that you found the secret in. It's not like someone sat you down and gave you an ancient mystery. So they were complaining about someone like me who would sit there and say this, that, and the other, because they felt it was a secret and it can only be shared, and people weren't ready for that. What I found is you could tell them the greatest mystery, like I'm about to do now. If their spirit isn't ready for it, they haven't heard it anyway. So a small percentage will still make it out of this situation now because of the other rope that you have around you called your human mentality. You cannot escape with a human mentality. So all these deep conscious niggas that I meet who try to come up with a business plan, that's great, and I understand the necessity, even though you're doing a fucking bad job of it. Ultimately, you're creating these ropes that bind you for true power. And that's an understanding I can't convince you of. That's an understanding you have to find on your own. Therefore, no matter what I say, though you may have an intellectual understanding of it, you have a spiritual, emotional connection here. You still have a I want to do something for Black people mentality. Therefore, that's what's going to bind you to this place. That's what makes your heart heavier than a feather.